On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Not, they should abide by the laws. I'm trying to understand that part.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that somebody who's not from here, right? I didn't say they should. I said that there's repercussions if you don't abide by the law. I did say that, like, initially, the first thing that I said to Kay when she asked me that question was that there's consequences if you don't abide by the laws, hands down across the board. It doesn't matter. You can't, as you just said, you can't go somewhere and do something, even if that's your cultural custom and you don't know, you're still going to have repercussions. That's what I did say to Kay initially. But I'm just saying as well that if you're, just for this, I'm not using any other example. I'm using just this example because this conversation could go like, so,
you know, Anton is an equal accountability partner, right?
I think I've seen enough videos to know that.
Okay, I just want to, I want to make sure we going down this road.
Yeah.
Right,
but the reason why I'm asking that is because though, you know, we are talking about like here in the States, we have different cultures that obviously live here as well, who practice the same principles as if they were at home. That's why I asked these questions, just because, you know, just for a broader conversation, I guess.
So Riva, because I think that's interesting because I was rocking with you in terms of, you know, thinking globally and knowing that people around the world do different things. 100%.
Yeah.
I just want to know your opinion. Let's say someone comes from, you know, I think you said in Jamaica that their age of consent is like 16.
Yeah, 16, yeah.
So let's say someone came here. Do you think that even though wherever they may be, it might be illegal to do a certain thing at that age? How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about them breaking the law in the name of their, you know, culture and things that are okay where they're from? Like, do you think that people, when they go to a certain place, should practice what's being done there? Or do you think that people should hold on to whatever, and if they just go to jail, they just go to jail?
Do you want my YouTube answer?
I want your real answer. I want your real answer because I think globally too. You know, I know there's so many differences around the globe, and I just feel like I would love to hear your response about that.
Well, I personally, I think like there's laws, right? So we know that if you're here and there's a possibility that, you know, you're doing something that's not how it's supposed to be here, that, there's a risk. You obviously could be going to jail, right? For whatever it is that you're doing. If she's 16, even though you guys met there and you come here, it's not right here. Mm-hmm. However, me being the person that I genuinely am, I mean, you have to be yourself, right? You have to be who you are. It doesn't matter where you are. You still have to be true to who you are. That's how I firmly believe. So I don't care if we're here, if we're back home in Africa, if we're this, your principles are your principles. I mean, for example, like, I'm not going to, you know, celebrate pagan holidays because I'm not a pagan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just using that for an example. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't care where I am. I'm going to be grounded and true wherever I am. So to answer your question, yes, there is a risk. You know what I mean? There is a risk. And it's also culturally, it has to be culturally appropriate, because if that's, say for instance, they came from there and they moved here, right? Because you have a lot of people who migrate, and she's that age. And maybe she's been known this person from then, or they've been dating since then, and they come here. It's like, how can you say that she's wrong? It's different if you're here and you're just literally growing up here and you say, well, oh, over there is this, so I want to do it too. That's a completely different story. But like, if that's literally the land where you're from, how can we call you wrong for doing that? How?
So like,
because you're over here.
Well,
no, but if you just come here, if you just come here and you barely know even what's going on over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can we how can we say you're wrong?
Because when you come over here legally, you have to have certain tests. You have to have certain laws to be able to come here and get a green card or come here legally. So it's not just, well, I'm bringing my culture over here and I don't know anything that's going on in America. That doesn't happen, or it shouldn't happen. And if it does, you're still responsible for what you go against the laws over here. It's not because it's my culture. Well, you decided to move here. So because of that, we have different laws that now you have to abide by. If you don't or don't want to, then you need to stay where you are.
I think you should stay. I think you should stay where you are if you don't agree with all the laws over here.
That's right.
I think that's a stretch.
How? Whoa.
If you don't want to abide by American laws, then you don't need to come over here because we abide by those. And you can't use your culture as a crutch.
I think I think I'm not trying to cut you off at all. I don't want you to assume that I'm trying to.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm not being like that at all. But the reason why I strongly disagree with that, I'm not talking about when we're talking about like murder. I'm not talking about like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff that's like you can't do these things. But what we're talking about, like in the sense that Kay was asking, in a relationship sense, I think literally from that one spectrum, I think that's a harsh statement, that if you don't like all of the laws, because even people who are from here don't like all of the laws. Like doesn't mean
but you still have to abide by them.
Hold on.
You still have to abide by them.
But hold on,
one at a time, y'all. One at a time.
I got a question. I can't go over to Dubai and just do whatever I want to do, right? I'm not a citizen. I don't have no voting rights, whatever, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. Similarly, I can't even go in your house and tell you how you supposed to do things, what the rules is, how you decorate, whether or not you should pay your bills on the 1st of the month or the 15th or whatever, so on and so forth. I'm trying to understand what the logic is behind somebody that's not a citizen here being able to determine whether or not they should abide by the laws. I'm trying to understand that part.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that somebody who's not from here, right? I didn't say I said that there's repercussions if you don't abide by the law. I did say that, like, initially, the first thing that I said to Kay when she asked me that question was that there's consequences if you don't abide by the laws, hands down across the board. It doesn't matter. You can't, as you just said, you can't go somewhere and do something, even if that's your cultural custom and you don't know, you're still going to have repercussions. That's what I did say to Kay initially. But I'm just saying as well that if you're, just for this, I'm not using any other example. I'm using just this example because this conversation could go like. So,
you know, Anton is an equal accountability partner, right?
I think I've seen enough videos to know that.
Okay, I just want to. I want to make sure we going down this road.
Yeah.
Right.
But